Inner Temple, a Mystic Mandala podcast. Talks on meditation, healing, and the journey back to yourself.
Welcome to the Inner Temple, a sacred space for meditation, healing, and spiritual reflection through guided meditations, soulful teachings, breathwork, and gentle wisdom. The talks on this show help you to quiet the mind, heal the heart, and return to the peace already within you. Whether you're navigating stress, anxiety, heartbreak, or spiritual awakening, each episode is an invitation to come home to yourself.
Welcome to the Inner Temple. Now take a deep breath with me. Inhale slowly and exhale gently. Namaste. I'm Vijay. And wherever you are on your journey, whether you are feeling grounded, grieving, confused, hopeful, or somewhere in between, I'm deeply grateful you are here. Today, we are speaking about something that sounds simple, but for most human beings, this is something impossible. To release resentment, to let go of expectations and all emotional attachment, the art of letting go. Letting go of resentment, letting go of expectations, letting go of emotional attachments, letting go of the stories we keep replaying, letting go of who we thought someone should have been, letting go of who we thought we should have been by now. And if we are being honest, sometimes we are not holding on to the past. The past is holding on to us because we keep feeding it with memory, emotion, and identity. Many people think letting go means you stop caring. No. Letting go does not mean you become cold. It does not mean you become detached in a lifeless way. It does not mean you stop loving. Letting go means you stop bleeding over what cannot be changed. It means you stop making a home out of your pain. It means you stop asking old wounds to give you the answers. And I know the mind does not like that. The ego loves to collect things. The ego collects achievements. It collects compliments. It even collects spiritual experiences. And unfortunately, it also collects insults from so many years ago. Some of you are carrying emotional receipts like you are preparing for a tax audit of your soul. You know what I mean. Someday, someone said something to you and you're holding on to it. You continuously hold on to things. And that is how absurd the mind can be. The mind will say, I have forgiven them, while secretly you are literally building a documentary series, with the first episode being what they did, the second episode, why I was right, the third episode, the revenge I imagined in the shower. That is not peace. That is premium subscription suffering. And this is why letting go is not just emotional work, it is spiritual work. Because resentment, expectation, and attachment all have one thing in common. They are forms of inner bondage. Resentment says, I will keep drinking poison and hope the other person gets sick. Expectation says, I have written a script for life and now I'm angry that God did not memorize my lines. Attachment says, if this leaves me, I leave myself. And that is where suffering deepens. Because the soul is vast, because the ego becomes dependent, The soul knows how to flow. The ego just knows how to cling. The soul knows how to trust. The ego negotiates with reality. The soul bows down, but the ego, it bargains. And when life does not obey the ego calls it a tragedy. But often it is initiation. Often what you call loss is actually the hand of grace removing what you were never meant to become imprisoned by. There is a beautiful teaching in the Bhagavad Gita. You have a right to perform your duty, but you are not entitled to the fruits of your actions. Do not let results be your motivation, and avoid attachment to inaction. Avoid attachment to the results. This is one of the deepest teachings on letting go ever given. Krishna is not telling Arjuna to stop acting. He's saying act fully, love fully, serve fully, show up completely, but do not chain your peace to the outcome. This is where most people suffer. They are not suffering because they loved. They are suffering because they became attached to a specific return on their love. They are not suffering because they gave. They are suffering because they made the giving into a contract. I gave you my heart, so you should have stayed. I supported you, so you should have understood me. I prayed for this, so it should have happened. But life, it's not a vending machine. You do not insert kindness and automatically receive guaranteed behavior from the universe. No, you don't. Sometimes you love deeply and people still leave. Sometimes you do everything right and things still fall apart. Sometimes your prayer is answered not by getting what you wanted, but losing what you thought you needed. And that is where maturity begins. Not when life goes your way, but when your heart remains open even when it doesn't. There is a Zen story I love. A monk was carrying 2 heavy buckets of water every day from the river to the monastery. One of the buckets had a crack in it, and by the time he arrived, half the water had leaked out. The cracked bucket felt ashamed. One day it said to the monk, I am sorry, I am not enough. I keep losing what I carry. The monk smiled and said to the bucket, Have you noticed the flowers on your side of the path? I knew you were cracked, so I planted seeds there, and every day you watered them on the way back. Isn't it beautiful? What you thought was a flaw became a blessing. What you thought was a loss became beauty. This is the mystery of letting go. We keep mourning what spilled, while life is quietly growing flowers on the path behind us. And how often have we done that? We cry over the relationship that ended, but we didn't see the self-respect it gave birth to. We mourn the friendship that dissolved, but we don't yet see the boundaries it taught us. We grieve the dream that failed, but we don't yet see the deeper calling it cleared space for. We think, I lost, but the soul says, no, you were pruned, and pruning is not punishment. Pruning is preparation. Now let's speak about resentment, because resentment is one of the heaviest things to carry. Resentment is the pain that has been given a permanent address. It is the wound that you keep inviting back in for a cup of chai. It says, I know this hurts me, but at least it reminds me I was wronged. And that is the trap. Because if you are not careful, pain becomes your identity. You stop saying, I experience betrayal. And you begin saying, I am the betrayed one. You stop saying, I was disappointed, and you begin saying, I am disappointed. That is why healing is not just about processing emotion. It's about refusing to build your throne inside the ashes of what hurt you. Ram Dass said something so powerful, and everything that interferes with your tuning to God within yourself, you just start to let it go. No big deal about it. You just start to let it go. I love that. No big deal about it. Just start to let it go. Not because it was painful or because it did not matter, not because you were bypassing, but because you are no longer willing to worship what wounded you. And that, my friends, is freedom. And freedom does not always arrive dramatically. Sometimes freedom is very quiet. It is simply the moment you stop checking who did not text back. Sometimes freedom is the moment you stop explaining yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. They're not going to change. Sometimes freedom is the moment you stop reopening the door in your mind for someone who has already left in real life. Sometimes freedom is the moment you say, I bless what was, I release what is not, and I return to myself. That is a sacred sentence. Now I want you to say it again within yourself. I bless what was, I release what is not, and I return to myself. Now let us speak about expectation. Your expectation is often disguised as hope, but they are not the same thing. Hope is open-handed, expectation is tight-fisted. Hope says, I trust what is meant for me will unfold, and expectation tells you it must unfold exactly like this by Thursday, with this person, in this tone, and preferably with immediate spiritual confirmation. Expectation is just control wearing perfume. And when control cannot control, it panics. So what do, you ask me? Well, we learn to participate without possessing. We learn to love without owning. We learn to care without collapsing. We learn to show up without demanding certainty. And this is not weakness. This is mastery. This is spiritual growth. And finally, emotional attachment, which we call very dear to us. Attachment is not love, my friends. Let me say that again. Attachment is not love. Attachment says, without you, I'm incomplete. Love says, I honor you, but I do not abandon myself. Attachment will tell you, stay so I can feel safe. Love says, may we both be free enough to be true. Attachment clings and love breathes. Attachment fears endings. Love understands that some souls come to stay and some souls come to awaken. Some souls will stay and some souls come just to awaken. And when the work is done, they're gone. Not everyone who enters your life is meant to build a home here. Some are just passing through to hand you a mirror so that you can see your own wounds. Some come to teach you boundaries. Some come to show you the places where you still choose crumbs over wholeness. And once the lesson is received, clinging becomes your suffering. Now there is a difference between honoring the experience and dragging its corpse through the next chapter of your life. Some of us need to stop spiritually recreating dead situations. I would say, light a candle, say thank you, learn the lesson, and let it go. That may be the holiest ritual you perform this season. So how do we practice letting go in real life? Well, listen carefully. Here's a simple path. First, name what it is that you're holding. Not vaguely. Be very clear about it. A person, a resentment, a fantasy, maybe a regret, an identity. Second, ask, what is this costing my peace? Because everything you hold holds a portion of you. Third, bless the lesson. Even if it hurt, and especially if it hurt, pain becomes wisdom when it is not recycled into bitterness. Fourth, release the demand. Release the demand for closure. Release the demand to be understood. The demand for life to reverse itself. Fifth, come back to the present. Because the soul lives here. The soul does not live in yesterday's wounds. It does not live in tomorrow's anxiety. It is here. And as we close, remember this. Letting go is not a one-time event. It is a devotion. Sometimes you let go once, and sometimes you have to let go again and again. Maybe a dozen times right before breakfast. And that is okay. That is practice. That is humanity. That is awakening. So tonight, if there is something heavy in your heart, a name, a memory, a betrayal, an expectation, a version of yourself you no longer carry, place it at the altar of your own inner temple and whisper, I no longer choose suffering as proof that it mattered. I no longer cling to what has completed its season. I release, I trust, I return to peace. This is the art of letting go. Not loss, not denial, not forgetting, but a sacred release. And in that release, you do not become empty. You become available for grace, for love, for truth. Available for the next breath. Available for the life that has been waiting for you on the other side of your clenched fist. Thank you for being here with me. If this touched your heart, sit with it tonight in silence. Breathe. Observe what you are still holding, and gently, lovingly, begin to loosen your grip. Until next time, be soft, be aware, be true, and remember, sometimes the holiest thing you can do is to let go.
Thank you for listening to our show, The Inner Temple. If this episode brought you peace, clarity, or healing, share it with someone who may need it too. And until next time, breathe deeply, move gently, and remember, the sanctuary you seek is already within you. We are located in Plano, Texas. You can get more information about our meditation studio, festivals, and retreats at mysticmandala.org.